Hi guys,
Yes,
hi guys.
yes.
Hello, we're so happy to see you guys. And this is our first ever, Sophia's happy to see you guys too. This is our first ever simulcast. So we are also live right now on YouTube. Hi YouTube, how's it going? So you're gonna see us looking back and forth because we're also here live on Facebook. So wherever you feel comfortable watching this live. And if you guys are not on these platforms, right, make sure that if you're not subscribed to our YouTube, that you head over to our YouTube. We love you YouTube, we love you Facebook,
Yes,
and
we
vice
do.
versa. I know some of you guys on YouTube are not on Facebook, but if you are, make sure that you follow us on Facebook to get more of our lives. This is the first time that we're doing this. Woo! Hello.
Yes, YouTube. Yes.
Hi, YouTube. We're so happy to see you guys.
Hi.
We have done lots of Facebook Lives before, and we do them often, frequently. Sophia just won't stop talking, so I can't focus. But we have not been on YouTube before, so YouTube, show up and show the love. We're so happy to see you guys. We're really excited to kick off this weekend, where we're going to be doing 4 different live videos that we are simulcasting all 4 of these. And Sundays is not just a video, we are doing a holiday prayer circle and activation. So make sure that you share about that one, right? And it's 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. Hello. Make sure that if this video is resonating as we're diving into it, make sure that you share, like it. If you are brand new, subscribe, follow, whatever applies to you guys.
What's up, Brittany? Baby Valerie.
So glad
Oh my God, I'm
you
actually really, it's interesting. So there's like 58 people on YouTube. There's 53 people on Facebook. It's like, it just keeps going up. You guys are amazing. You're so beautiful. And we couldn't wait to, Dove and I've been resting, resetting, recharging, going real deep so we could come out in a big way, and we're coming out. It's so beautiful to be with you guys. Dove and I, when we are going through our own stuff and we see our clients go through certain stuff and we hear the collective like kind of crying out, Dove and I are always creating ways and things to help self and to also serve you. And so we're just excited about that.
So excited to see you guys. Oh yeah, it's really nice. I love that Nicole said we were resting. I mean, I haven't been resting and I hurt myself. I'm just kidding. So if you guys see me like looking like a little crooked, I'm a little crooked. I had got a pretty bad neck and shoulder injury. So forgive me if I look a little bit stiff, but I am trying to see your comments and I am trying to say hi to you guys. I'm really happy. So today, what are we talking about, and who the heck are we if you guys don't know us? My name is Dove.
I'm Nicole.
We're Twin Flame Revolution. We're motivational speakers, consciousness mentors, all around transformational coaches. We're so excited to be talking with you today. And today what we're kicking off is all about consciousness, manifestation, and the mind. Okay, so we're also excited that this weekend is our Black Friday Flash Party. So we're not just here to serve a max out service. Well, actually, that is the only reason we're here. We're here to max out service. So not only we're going to talk to you guys about the subjects that you guys can take away from these videos, but we're also going to give you and make them accessible the next steps that you guys can take and tools and so on. You definitely want to pay attention to this because we only do this sale one time a year, and it allows you essentially to gain access to things like working one-on-one with us, inner circle for entrepreneurs, and so on. But today we're focusing on something really important, and we'll talk more about that later, which is mind and is manifestation and is a new take on that stuff, and to talk to you guys about a really cool 2-part tool and series that you can get information on. And if you guys are already like jumping to it and like, I want to know the tool, all the links are in the description of these videos. So this video is called Why or How Mercury Retrograde is a Figment of Your Manifestation. What the heck are we talking about? How can Mercury Retrograde be a figment of our manifestation? And did I mean imagination or did I mean manifestation? Well, here's the thing. So our mind matter and our mind creates matter, right? And so everything is being created by this. Now, this video is not about whether or not Mercury Retrograde is real. It is not about whether Mercury Retrograde causes symptoms or doesn't cause symptoms. And it's certainly not to suggest that astrology is off key or not giving us good information. What it is, though, is to use this very interesting subject as an example of what happens, right? Follow with me. What happens when we have a collective idea and information about something, right?
Yes.
So Mercury retrograde is a fun way for us to dissect this concept of collective consciousness, thought forms, manifestation, and what happens with the mind. Because it's so interesting to believe that what happened. Now I'm seeing everyone talk about Mercury retrograde. There's memes and jokes about the fact that people are saying, oh my God, like, you know, so-and-so, they lost their job, Mercury retrograde. And they're all jokes, right? Like, you know, I can't brush my hair, it's Mercury retrograde. All of these different things. Now, they are jokes, but what it is, it's an example of the fact that a large part of our society is now talking about this concept that before it was a smaller group of people that were, you know, tuned in to astrology and things like that. And now everyone is talking about it. And what are they getting? They're getting the telephone version of Mercury retrograde.
Come on now.
And by that I mean they're finding out bits of information like Mercury retrograde makes our devices not work. Mercury retrograde makes us have things go wrong. Mercury retrograde is not a good time to XYZ. So whatever the defining factors are that we have boiled down from what is a more complex, perhaps, issue or time or period, not issue, right? We have now started to say those things. So what happens? Now, here's the deal. Lean in. Because again, it doesn't matter whether or not I'm talking about something that is real and happens and really affects us in this way. Remember, I'm not saying it's not. What I'm saying is, once you then apply your consciousness,
come on,
and say, this is what I believe. I believe that this is a thing. Therefore, someone told me this is a thing. Therefore, I heard this is a thing. Now it's affecting me in that way because what you've done is you've taken the thought form that you were given, and you've tapped into the collective thought form about that thing, right? And then you have made it manifest in your life. And so what did Nicole and I do this Mercury retrograde? We said, you know what? Homework assignment. Mercury retrograde will not apply to me this year. Right?
Yes.
This period. I'm like, no device problems. I don't want any breakdowns, no communication issues. I don't want to have fights with people. Let's see where it goes. Okay.
And we're going to do a launch. Right?
Yes. And
we
guess what
let's do a launch where we have to communicate with our whole team during the whole thing.
Yes. Guess what we did? We launched our new platform and website, which if you guys haven't seen it, please go check it out, twinflamerevolution.com. We launched this whole new home for you guys in Mercury retrograde, right? All the things. And it wasn't because, again, that we don't believe in it, and it wasn't because it's not usually a time to go internal. Please know what we're talking about. This is an awesome, fun area for us to dissect this stuff and how powerful we are. I said, no, I am going to override that. Now, am I going to maybe spend more time being internal? Maybe the seasons are changing. Maybe I'll be a little bit more cold. You know, all of those things. Yes. But what happened is, none of that breakdown, no tech breakdown, no communication breakdown, no issue breakdown. We came out of Mercury retrograde, and then I actually felt a bunch of stuff coming out of it. And I was like, well, okay, because there was really something that needed to be cleaned out, but it might not have been related to that. Yes. And so I loved this because when we decided that we wanted to talk to you guys day one of our awesome Black Friday flash sale party, we said, okay, well, one of the things that we have for you guys right now that we want you guys to access is this Mind and Manifestation Mastery 2-part program, right? This intensive. And I said, well, Mercury retrograde, like we have to talk about, everybody's talking about that because everyone talks about manifestation. There's big holes in the understanding. Everybody talks about Mercury retrograde and they don't even know why it's affecting them. A lot of you guys do. A lot of you guys are astrologers. A lot of you guys are tuned in, right? You're tapped in, turned on, all of that good stuff. But we have to question.
Yes.
And we have to understand that it is not necessarily happening to us. That it is happening through the lens of our belief in our creation.
Oh my goodness, I'm sitting here and Dove's words are just like so truth. And so it's so beautiful. Mercury retrograde is a great example. And I love when Dove was talking about the telephone game. You remember when you're playing telephone, you come up with a sentence, you're like, gummy bears taste good. And it's like all of a sudden it turns into gummy hair is gross. And then before you know it, there's no gummy bears. It's just jacked, right? It's all messed up. You're like, that wasn't even close to what I said, right? So understanding that over time, the collected consciousness, right? So when one person thinks something, it's strong, it has frequency, it has life, it turns into matter, it's all things, it's how we create. But when somebody else believes it, and somebody else believes it, and then we start adding untruths to it, and we start focusing on our perception of that belief starts to grow in a fearful way, not so much an honest, truthful way, and I don't even mean honest, just a truthful way, and we start to add the fear. What starts to happen is this monster starts to grow. And as we are coming face to face with something like Mercury retrograde, or, oh, I love full moons, right? You look at some of the astrology during the full moons and you're like, let's just all die. Like, I'm just like, what the heck? Like, let's just quit now. We're not going to make it through this full moon. They're basically like, you know, you're going to get into a big fight with you're probably going to get into a breakup. You know, it's going to be like really vicious, you know, and if we go into it, right? And this is where our minds, right, are so important. It's like when we are going into something, we have the decision, the choice. Oh God, we have control over our mind. We get to say how it really is. We get to say how we're going to face this. We get to say, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, everything in the universe is working on behalf of you. It is functioning to serve you. Everything that you think of, it is creating that around you. Yes. So if you are thinking about a bunch of fearful things and you are scared and you are going through like all this distortion, the creation around you is going to match that. That's how gracious the universe is, because it wants to match you at your internal state. And it's doing it because it loves you. It loves you so much. And so when we start to shift into alignment and we start to look at these things like Mercury retrograde and we're like, well, you know what? I'm not going into it fearful, right? I'm not going to allow it to affect me. And if those things arise, I'm going to it off. Like I was like, all right, if communication is bad, I'm going to look at it and be like, how can I make that better with us? Yes. How can I really communicate with you then? And taking this information to allow for us to do something good with it. Right? And as I started speaking, I was talking about collective consciousness. How are we ascending right now? How are we shifting right now? We're shifting through our consciousness. So all of the negative thought forms and all these beliefs that we had are starting to die, right? All of a sudden, there's parts of us that are getting stronger in the truth. And as the collective consciousness is starting to believe and understand the truth, it grows bigger. And as that grows bigger, guess what else grows bigger, right? Your emotions around what is happening. You're going to start to feel some joy. You're going to start to feel some peace. Not only are you going to start to see that, your vision is going to change. Your reality is going to change. That is why we are pulling together as a planet to shift the consciousness so that the reality changes, so that your reality changes and you understand that what you're thinking, right, taps into the emotion of it. Now we got frequency in the mind, frequency in the emotion, right, is changing the frequency so that you could start to manifest because it is going to meet your vibration. Everything around you will meet your vibration. It's going to meet your vibration. And so what starts to happen is you are met. You are met with what it is that you actually are purposefully desiring. Your heart is desiring. And that is yummy as heck. And that is awesome.
Yes. Oh my goodness. You know, I want to say to you guys too. So one thing, somebody said, please repeat. So it's not happening to us, right? It's not happening to us. That's what you wanted me to repeat. It's not happening to us. It is being created through us. Yeah. And the nice thing that what Nicole said, she said something really, really beautiful. She said, you know, it's all happening on your benefit. So when you gather information, like information about astrology, when you gather information about what's going on collectively with the energy, when you gather information about your own essence, all of these things are divined and should be divined and devised to empower you. Yes. If it starts to feel like I'm disempowered and things are happening to me and they're not happening on my best behalf and they're not happening with me involved in them, what's happening is that you're kind of taking a left into this place of abdicating your power, handing over your responsibility and your awareness. So manifestation is something that I love to talk about, right? Creating this 2-part intensive mind and manifestation mastery that we're offering to you guys for the next couple days at like a blowout discount. And it's brand new and being revealed for the first time. This is something that really mattered to me because this is what I hear from a lot of people. I hear, I don't know how to manifest, or I do all the right things to manifest and it's not working, or I am scared to think negative things, or if I think negative things, then I'm only going to manifest bad. So you're like getting kind of pushed towards this aspect of spiritual bypassing, right? Because you're like, I can't think anything negative. I can't be negative. I can't go into my shadow. I can't work through my trauma and my stuff because I have to stay positive all of the time, right? And that's not healthy because you need to understand that that's not actually what's ruling that. Or I don't know what manifestation is. I don't think I do it. And the thing is that you do it all of the time. You are constantly manifesting. Everything is manifesting through you. And that's why we wanted to give this fun example. And I'm going to say again that I'm not saying that, any of these things are false or that astrology is not real or any of that, right? I'm giving the example of Mercury retrograde because it's such a big collective thing that we can laugh about and connect to, and it has truth to it. But there are some things that, we don't even know where the origination of that thought comes from, right? We'll be taught things like work hard to gain more. You have to go to school to be considered serious. Whatever it is in your family, you should be here at this point in your life. You should look like this. You should believe this. And so there's a lot of things that come from the collective or come from our family or we've learned somewhere along the way. And they're playing in our background. And we don't realize that the life that we're creating is coming as a reflection of those things, those collective ideas or individual ideas that we've gained. And so we say, well, I'm not manifesting, but the thing is that manifesting is like having your brain be the projector and your reality, your life is the projection that's constantly being splattered. And so we don't often master our mind very well because we don't realize that there's things in the subconscious and the superconscious, and I know some of you guys do, but we don't pay all that close attention a lot of the time as a whole, right? As a collective. And so this mind is working 24 hours a day. It's like having a movie theater turned on all the time. And then we often sit in the projection of it going like, I don't have any control. I don't like it. I don't know what's happening. And the truth is that when we come all the way back and we start to deconstruct and understand these things, we understand, wow, everything down to my money, my relationships, my interactions, my health, right? I totally took credit for my own back going out yesterday.
She
right?
did like a boss, baby.
Yeah, so my whole left side is out and I just braced my hand right up after I did it and I was like, I did this, right? And I could follow it all the way back through. And it wasn't an I did this of blame. So here's a really big one, right? When people realize that they become responsible for their lives, the first thing that they start doing is blaming themselves. Like, oh, this happened because I did something wrong. And responsibility doesn't mean wrong. There was nothing I did wrong. I was just going through a process of something and that was I just kept going in that particular vein and that particular track, and that track brought me to that end, right? And so it's really, really pivotal, no matter where you are in your process, to dive into concepts like this and to understand that you are infinite, you're awesome, and you're super powerful.
Oh my God, FedEx is here.
Yes, we've had a lot of
interference today.
With this
We laughed
videos.
so hard. I had 2 cords actually break today. It was
for the phone, to be clear.
And we actually, for the phone, it was just really interesting. We were just laughing because it happens for you guys that don't know this, that sometimes when you're doing something really important that's going to help people, there'll be a ton of interference within and without yourself, just because there's fear and things that come up. And so everything was kind of blowing up and we just kind of were like, ha ha, it's all going wrong.
So in a couple minutes or seconds, you're going to hear
we might hear a doorbell, the dogs, a knock on the door. And so I just wanted to, kind of piggyback off where Dove was going and talking about how, we don't the reason we struggle is sometimes we don't realize that manifestation is a process.
Yes.
And if it doesn't happen fast enough, this was me, baby. I wanted it now. I wanted it yesterday. You guys know what I'm talking about. I was just instant gratification all the time.
Yeah.
And when things wouldn't shift in my life right away, and somebody before said, everything's chaotic right now. Well, what the opposite of order, when you are in order and you are able to manifest, the complete opposite is chaos. Right? Chaotic energy is actually part of the feminine energy, and order is part of the masculine energy, and it flows together. And what's going on right now is that for us to get to this place, this chaos needs to kind of break down. What is the chaos? What are the parts? What are the things that I'm believing that are not true? We have to go into that. And so all of a sudden the manifestation will look like a chaotic mess because we're sifting through the stuff that we are actually creating. And then when we figure out where we went off the beaten path, and there's many different ways, right? We're not feeling worthy. We're doubting self, trauma, belief systems, all these different things. We start to sift through them. Guess what happens? They break down, right? We break the belief system down. We bring in some truth because there's a whole lot of, listen, For every lie that you have in your mind right now, there is a truth that is way more powerful, and the frequency is way more yummy, way more stronger, and it's ready to just the friggin' negative thought form out of there. I'm telling you, it's gonna be like, when it shows up in a ring, it is like Tyson with me. Because I'm strong, but I'm not strong as Tyson in the ring. So you're gonna see it take it out. And so if your life is chaotic right now, that's part of it. It took me so long to get my life in order. My thought forms, first of all, I used drugs because my brain was moving so fast in negativity and fear that I couldn't stop it, and it scared me. I mean, it really petrified. Some of you guys, your thoughts are out of control right now because you are in this pattern of being in that way, and you're so fearful that we can't even slow it down to sit and be quiet and take a breath.
Yes.
And so we'll use drugs, or we'll make really bad decisions, or that don't align with ourselves, or we'll run, or we'll hide, and we do all these things. And so it's really hard to witness the shift, the change that it is possible, right? And so as we're doing this work in this 2-part series, really breaking it down, starting to explain, because when we have knowledge is power, when we start to understand these things, we can start to shift just enough to sit still for a second, to take up one breath. If you could take one breath, I promise you could take 2 breaths. And it goes on. And as you're breaking it down, for me, I had to get to a place where the truth was starting to smash the lies so that I could breathe and be in my skin, and I could feel worthy, and I could stop doubting, and I could trust just enough. We are creatures of needing to experience things. We need to see it in some sort of way. There are moments where we go into a space where, yes, you're going to have some blind faith. Yes, it's a part of it, right? But allowing yourself to go through this process of manifestation, just because it's not happening right now, doesn't mean it's not going to happen in 20 seconds, 10 seconds, a day, 2 days, a month. And what I can tell you is the way the universe works is the other part. Some of us don't, and I didn't understand the principles that are of this planet, the principles that we are living in on a 3D planet like this, and how things work. We are never stuck in darkness. There are laws that tell us that we are not. And as dark as it gets is as light as it's going to get. If you let it, stop holding yourself down, allow yourself to get to that place of light. And we go through a whole process with you to help you begin to get on this path of really igniting the truth within you, to have the shift, to allow yourself to manifest and create what you want.
You know what? I want to give you guys a gem right now. First of all, I just want to also say I'm really happy to be on with you guys right now. If you guys are watching this on the replay or live, really, really excited to be connecting simultaneously with our YouTube and our Facebook tribe. Really, really excited. I want to just say hi to you guys. I know some of you guys are hopping on new, and it's just really nice to be in this space with you guys and have this discussion. So Nicole said something really important. She said, just because it might not be happening right now, or you're not seeing it happening right now, it doesn't mean it won't happen in 20 seconds. Here's the deal. It is happening right now. The difference is that you're not seeing it happening right now in the 3D. And this is one of the most powerful things that we go into in the Mind and Manifestation Mastery, is to understand this distinction and what's actually happening, because this is where we get thrown off. And I'm going to kind of just give you guys a freebie gift here, is that this is the point that you want to take home, is that we give up, we change course, or we change intention because we're not seeing it happen right now in the 3D. We therefore assume that we are not manifesting. We assume that we are doing something wrong. We assume that we're not being heard by the universe. We assume that we're not creating our desires. And we assume that because we don't see it in the 3D, right? And this is something that we break down really deeply in this, and I really want you guys to already start to think about what I said here. I really wanted you to already have a jumping off point for this, because it is mega. And because manifestation and mastering our mind and aspects of our mind in our life and taking self-responsibility and accountability, it's really, really impacted by this understanding of intention, and impacted by staying in intention, impacted by consistency. That's a major, major word, right? And I'm giving you guys kind of a lot right now because I want you to have some things to work from. And I know you're going to take the steps to kind of continue this study. And consistency is major. It's major to be able to bring you through that process. And when Nicole and I decided that we wanted to, create this for you guys, it was because One, as I said before, there's so much gaps. People come to me all the time and say, like, I read all these things about manifestation, and they'll say this, this, and this. I'm like, how are these gaps still out there? How is there missing pieces to that? How do you not understand the power of the mind and how it works, and the distinctions between, manifestation as a gratification of 3D outcome, internal, energetic, emotional reaction? How do you realize that you can actually control your emotions now? Like, how do you not know how to connect those pieces? And so I really want to say to you guys that if you are dealing with any aspect of finances, any aspect of abundance, any aspect of wanting to reframe, right? And I feel like this applies to every person, no matter where we stand, right? Reframing consciousness, reframing self-responsibility, really taking that autonomy back, taking the responsibility and understanding of the life that you guys have and that you're creating, feeling less like a victim in your life, understanding how to bring yourself to those next steps. These are all of if you're like saying yes to any of these things that I'm saying, like you really want to go and click the link in the respective descriptions that you're watching this video and check this out. And this is something that we already set at a really low cost initially, and then we decided we just offer it to you guys till Monday night at an even lower cost, like 60-something% lower than the already low cost that this is going to stay going into the future. So it feels like a no-brainer. I want you guys to dive into it. I want you to study it. I want you to tell us how it feels for you and what it's doing for you. And we wanted to get you thinking in this video as well. And I want to say to you guys, when you guys click that, you're going to see also something else on that page, which is our Black Friday stuff, is that only once a year we offer gift certificates. Basically what we do is we take percentages off gift certificates that you can use for yourself to work with us. We never discount our one-on-one. We never discount our soul realignments, our certification program for you to become a mentor or coach. We never discount our inner circle. This is the only way to actually get a discount on these major things. So if you guys have been feeling like, I want to take this step, I want to work with you one-on-one, I want to be certified by you to coach, I want a soul realignment, I want the 7 twin flame master keys. Maybe you guys are on the twin flame journey. I cannot recommend that enough. These are ways for you to get it through that. So you guys have some things to play with. But I love this subject. And I think that we exist.
Definitely.
We exist in these universal laws. We exist. This is how people say, like, I don't want to learn about universal laws and principles. Like, I don't care about that. I'm like, the framework for what we exist in is vital. Ooh. Could you imagine? Just imagine this. Imagine you say to me, Deb, I want to play baseball. And I say, cool. And then you say, I'm just going to go out there. I'm going to go out on the field. I'm going to play baseball. And you never want to know the rules. You don't even want to know where to start on the field. You don't want to know where home plate is. You don't want to know what it means to play baseball.
Yes.
You don't even care to know what you're supposed to do. Can you imagine that? Does that not seem wholly illogical? That's the same as us not wanting to understand how we exist in relationship to all things. And manifestation, it connects to universal laws and principles, which means that when we connect to that rhythm of the order, like understanding mathematics, it becomes a replicable pattern of possibility.
Yes.
Yeah? And so I want to say to you guys, if this is something that you don't know, I'm getting hiccups because this is clicking for some of you guys. If some of you guys are not familiar, you haven't done work with us, or you haven't watched any of our webinars or intensives, I get hiccups when energy moves, which means that you guys are getting what I'm saying. Like, it's creating an actual change. Nicole and I are activators. That means that as you listen to us, things are already changing in you. So you're already shifting. You're already ahead of the game by listening to this, right? And I would say that if this is resonating for you guys, share this with other people so that they can get into this message as well, because you are sitting here so powerful. And I want to end with saying this, and Nicole might want to say more, but what I want to say is, we often look at the world around us and we feel helpless, and we feel like we don't know how to make the changes around things that hurt us, and we don't know how to support this beautiful earth, and we don't know how to be kinder to other people.
Yes.
What we don't realize is that each and every one of you has such a massive, enormous ability to change that. And it starts inside of you. And we're constantly looking outside of us for the change, outside of us for a solution, outside of us to make something feel better. And the truth of the matter is that when we do this type of work and you start to shift in your consciousness, which is why we do what we do, it changes inside of you. And
Yes.
when you change, you become an invaluable part of the fabric of everything. If every single one of us consider our own individual change as the priority, the entire world in one moment would be changed. So I want you to know that you are powerful.
Yes.
That you are creating this reality, that you are valuable, that you are shifting the way that things are going, that you're not helpless, that you're not a victim, and you can do this without blaming yourself and understand at a deeper level. And we want you to do that with us. And I hope that this has really got you guys thinking about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, actually, when Dove said that, a huge bird just flew by. We have turkey buzzards, we have hawks, and we have eagles outside, and like we see them all the time, and they bring us signs and stuff like that. Dove just like killed it. My energy is like pumped up and just feeling it. So I think we're gonna end on that.
Yes.
I think she just swept the floor and like she got crazy, and I just love that.
I can't even turn to look at you.
Poor baby in
my
her neck.
divine masculine holding it down. I love you so much.
We love you guys so much. Thank you, YouTube, for being so gracious and beautiful. We thank you, Facebook friends. This was fun looking up and down and really engaging with both and watching how many people were on here. There was plenty of people here today, and so it just made us you guys don't understand how what a blessing you are for your support, your love, doing this with us, your service, your big old hearts. We love you so much.
Yeah, I cannot wait to be on with you guys every day. Please keep track. We're talking tomorrow about how when we go to the root of things, the symptoms shift, and that's really the only way to transformation. Sunday is our big family, holiday transformational healing circle. I'm so glad we're bringing that to you, YouTube Live.
Please come to that. It's going to be
Facebook.
Fire.
Please make sure you invite
it's going to get good.
Yeah, please make sure you invite all of your friends, that you share that. And if, Facebook, you see it's in the events. And then Monday, also some awesome stuff around prosperity, abundance, entrepreneurship, and money, so that you guys can also create that movement in your lives of your self-expression. So I want you guys to all go make sure you check out the Mind and Manifestation Mastery 2-part intensive, that you do not sleep on these awesome gifts, right? This is about service to you this weekend. So we are coming up live, we're showing up for you, but also do not underestimate just the power of these tools, and that we really put our whole heart into these things. When we say that 7 twin flame master keys is absolutely transformative for anyone that's a twin or a twin flame journey, we're not kidding. When we say this mind and manifestation mastery is a game changer, we're not kidding. So we really want you guys to have these things. That's why we make them.
Yes.
It's why we show up. We love you. We want to serve you. We want to be connected to you. So I love you guys so much.
And Hollywood, we will see you soon.
Yes.
We will see you soon, Hollywood.
I assume somebody said something, but
West Hollywood.
Yes, we will.
We will see you. That's coming soon.
Definitely going to be West Coasting soon, and we've got some surprises, but that is not here nor there, not this weekend, guys. We love you. I'm going to let Nicole shut down.
Yeah, I'm going to shut it all down. We love you guys so much.
Bye.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hi, YouTube. We're still with you.
And
we're going to figure out, it's cool, because we can still figure out how we actually end the YouTube.
We're laughing because we do not know how to stop this right now. There is not a button.
I wonder if you YouTubers, any of you are actually YouTubers.
I'm going to create a post. Let me just see. Nope.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. We get to stay on with you and figure this out.
Let me share this. That's cool. We're going to figure it out.
Do any of you YouTubers know how you end a YouTube live?
How do we get out of here? There's no button, actually, which is interesting.
That's interesting. Nicole can read some comments.
Mercury Retrograde. It's Mercury Retrograde.
Yes, it is.
Oh
my God. This is amazing.
Let me try this. Hold on, baby.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
So I don't think we wanted to do what we just did,
but it's fine.
But that's all good.
No.
Okay, cool.
We didn't know this was going
on the top of the computer end stream. We are not on a computer, we're on a phone, but I had an idea for something that might end it. I love you guys. I'm going to keep, the universe wants to keep us going.
They do.
I'm going to try just the X. Yes.